What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Lenovo Legion Go S with SteamOS and the Z1 Extreme chipset gameplay video for you guys today. And today we're checking out Jurassic World Evolution 3. And since it's the third game, it's obviously not running as well as some of the earlier ones did, but that's to be expected. But hopefully it'll at least give us playable FPS. And if it lets me use the Steam Deck settings like the second game did, I will absolutely test those too. And I'll just do that instead of doing my setting. But I'd say it's about time for us to go jump on into the game.
So we'll start off on 1200p high settings, just like we did on the Allies with the 1080p and all that. Then we'll just move our way down, although this one we're adding Steam Deck settings too, along with my settings. I know at the beginning in the intro I said I wasn't going to do my settings, but I was like, why the hell not? Who says I can't? If the video's a little longer than normal, oh well. At least people have way more settings to look through, instead of being like, alright, well here's one, that's it. You know?
See, you take care of the dinosaurs and they do what comes naturally. I can't wait for what comes next.
This seems like a good chance to talk about contracts. They're jobs you can pick up on the side to build your reputation with the industry sectors. And bring in a little extra cash while you're at it. Here, let's get you started with one now.
Well, I'll be. Juvenile dinosaurs created the old-fashioned way. How far they've come. No longer man-made assets that test the limits of what science can or should do, but animals. Naturally bred animals. Wow, fascinating. So fascinating, and possibly,
So now 900p. I like to at least do one to compare the Allies to with this thing. Because this is a 16:10 aspect ratio screen. The Allies are not 16:9, so most of the other stuff we do 1200p and 800p. So I want to have at least one. That a lot of times, even if I set it, a lot of games don't do 1000p anyway. So with that said, let's just get some gameplays.
My word, you actually did it. By recreating natural conditions, no less. This could be just the thing to give dinosaurs a foothold in challenging environments.
Wow. I feel like I'm staring at history in the making, and it is adorable. I think we all need to share the news, but I bet people are gonna want proof. Can we grab some pictures?
Full disclosure, I've already named them Cabot Jr., so make sure you get their best side. But let's be honest, that's any side, right? what a photo! Oh, I'm printing out a copy of that one for my wallet. Oh, they grow up so fast.
Okay, we need to make sure that our guests have a good view of these little miracles, too.
Ah, yes, the three most important days in any life: the day you're born, the day you die, and the day the viewing gallery opens.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have added a new viewing gallery, ready for you to observe our magnificent animals.
Uh-oh. The juvenile is unwell. That's the trouble with having an undeveloped immune system, I guess.
Good Lord, it's Cabot Jr. We've barely had any time together. You've got to do something, Doc.
It doesn't seem serious to my eyes, but it does need investigating. We'll need a paleomedical facility to do so. You can choose an MBU team and ride alongside them, or give them a task to diagnose whatever is ailing that juvenile. Let's find out what's wrong as soon as possible.
So, 800p low first here. And then I did the Steam Deck settings, then my settings. So this one will be a little bit longer than some of the other ones, but that's okay. I don't think I made it like an hour and 40 minutes or anything silly like that. But anyway, let's go get ourselves a little gameplay now.
Diagnosis complete.
All right, we've done the scan. So, what's wrong with my prehistoric little ray of sunshine?
That's the essence. Fix it there.
As I suspected, not a pleasant illness, but not untreatable either. Have your scientists research the cure, then use an MVU team to deliver that cure via DART.
Sounds like a plan. I just hope that Cabot Jr. is better with needles than I.
So now for the 800p Steam Deck settings, which seem to do a pretty decent job on here, actually. I don't know, they might even be better than my settings, except for that anisotropy filtering. I do not understand why everybody turns that down so much. It does not really affect frame rates much. Even on the Steam Deck, which is way weaker. The most I've seen it do is like 2 FPS in a game that was really, really hard to run. And it definitely wasn't the be-all, end-all between getting 30 plus or anything. The game was getting like 12 FPS or something like that.
Okay, great. That's the research complete. Now, let's get that dinosaur cured. Assign an MVU team to a nearby ranger post, STAT. Patrolling MVU teams will automatically scan and diagnose minor issues. Major issues? Well, those will call for a trip to a paleomedical facility.
Okay, that's the one. Object registered. Close intake. Request received. We get on it.
You've done it!
So, now, 800p by settings, which, after watching back, were very similar to FPS to the Steam Deck settings, but I was able to get much better settings. But hey, those were meant for a Steam Deck. I just wanted to test them just so you could see the difference in power between the Steam Deck and this thing. That's pretty much it. So then I figured, all right, well, let's do some more reasonable settings that someone who would want to run on this thing would run. So now, the gameplay we go to.
Needless to say, thank you. Really, thank you for taking care of them. Wait a second. You're kidding. Is that Bob? Oh, how I have missed that man.
We worked together for years, Finch. My name is George, but Lambert's fine. Dr. Dua told me about Din, and about the juveniles. She suggested the security sector should advise.
A perfect time for you to join us, Mr. Lambert. It seems that the situation at our Montana site has changed. The velociraptors are moving closer.
Oh, the carnivores have noticed the human buffet that we've graciously set up for them. What a surprise.
Yes, well, we need to return there immediately and handle the situation.
Now let's get some camera recorded gameplay.
Everyone, the velociraptors. What are they doing?
The inevitable, their biological imperative, you know, they're hunting.
High alert, people. Finch, it's time to prove that Din cares about security.
Right, well, the guests and me need somewhere to hide. Build an emergency shelter. A fine-looking hidey hole there. And now open up the shelter to put out the alert. Raptors can be a tricky target on the best of days, so I suggest letting the pros do their thing. Give the capture team the task to tranquilize those dinosaurs and put a stop to the rampage.
Or wait, we probably have to go select them.
Right. Those dinosaurs won't be waking up anytime soon, but we better have an enclosure ready for when they do. We do have a half-built enclosure on site that'll probably do the job, if you can, finish it up.
And where would that be?
We should
Over
power
here?
those fences with a generator. If an animal tries to escape, it could hurt itself or even your guests. A light shock, however, will act as a gentle deterrent.
Yeah, listen, you can call me paranoid or, more accurately,
Wait, does it already have
justifiably
one?
nervous, but I'm telling you, those generators tend to run out of juice at the very worst of times.
Don't we all? But no, I don't want dinosaurs getting out either. Worth making sure that the generators are in range of a maintenance post so our maintenance team can keep an eye on them. When the enclosure is ready, give the order to transport those sleeping meat eaters into it. I'll leave it in your capable hands, okay? Take as long as you need, but not too long. Even sleeping carnivores make me nervous.
Okay. Hope I didn't accidentally cancel that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for any inconvenience experienced during our recent handling of anomalous events.
So no, I thought you had to close the door too, so no. Just leave it open. Yeah, I must have accidentally canceled it. Damn it all. Maybe you can only do it one at a time. Oh, I know what I did wrong. I didn't tell them where to go. I was just like, hey, here's these raptors. And they're like, okay, cool. What do you want me to do with it? There we go. Now we're doing something. There we go. I was just saying, hey,
Good work. Now wait for the delivery to end and confirm they're all enclosed.
Alright though, I'd say it's about time to wrap this on up.
Alright guys, that's a wrap for Jurassic World Evolution 3, and it seemed to do very, very similar to the Allies, instead of doing insanely worse, so that's always good. Seemed like when I was doing the liminal games, it did worse at basically every single one besides maybe 1 or 2 of them, out of the like 8 that I did. So it's nice to see them just doing equal, but sometimes it does win by a big amount, but I just wasn't seeing that in the past couple of games. So I was like, oh wow, did that just stop being a thing? But nope. Anyway though, that is all for this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.